Hey guys. Oh my god, I had to stop in. I'm down. I hope this doesn't mess up my YouTube. Y'all, I'm not even let me tell you something. I've been working since 5 a.m. Okay. 5 a.m. I've been working. I'm listening to the versus battle because Isley Brother fan. Yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire I'm here for, but Isley Brothers, that's just hands down. So I hope this doesn't mess with my what do you call it? They don't copyright me. It's downstairs playing. But anyway, guys, I had to go out tonight. One of my good girlfriends came. What's up, fun? Black Light Podcast, y'all. I'm a Patreon member. I really enjoy him. He gets my blood pressure high with the Kevin Samuels stuff. Fine. We got to talk about this Kendra G thing. I want to call in about that because I love me some Kendra G. So I was just downtown. I appreciate you so much for all you do for us small commentators. So I was just coming in and I thought I'd pop in because my mentor, Thon Lexi, says feed the algorithm. Isn't that what you say, Thon? Feed the algorithm. So even though the Isley Brothers is playing, I had to jump in. Y'all, I've been up since 5 o'clock. And one of my good girlfriends surprised me with like a birthday celebration. So yeah, even she lives out of town and she came in town and took me to dinner and it was amazing. So y'all, I want to talk about Derrick Jaxn really quickly and what we did see. I'm gonna follow through with a DMX video. And you know what? I want to pause on that since nobody's on here but you and I, Don. People don't understand that. They be like, it's all you do is Derrick Jaxn videos. That's all you talk about. And I be like, no, I talk about other stuff, but they only get 2 views. But that's what you taught me, feed the algorithm. So that's what I'm doing. And also it's interesting to me to see what's going on with Derrick Jaxn and his wife. So this is just going to be a quick little video, you guys. So if you're in here, hit the thumbs up. So y'all, I'm going to get off screen. I just always like to show my face because a lot of people feel like I'm scared to do so. So I'm not. Here I am looking crazy, but here I am nonetheless. And let me just go into with Derrick Jaxn. I have some kind of way. Hey, CG. I have some kind of way I feel about what he doing right now. And we did talk about Derrick Jaxn's church. And I'm sorry if I'm ad-libbing, but since I have such a small group, I love to talk about stuff like this. Black Light Podcast. Don, you talk so eloquently. Maybe you can go into whenever you decide to the church aspect with Derrick Jaxn. I'm going to get off a line and then I'm going to play a little bit and the book, how it goes into the church in the book and all he's been doing. So now we know Derrick Jaxn's, and I checked the YouTube thing and everybody has been emailing me and said I possibly was the one that broke it first. I don't know. But I was one of the first to break that Derrick Jaxn and his wife was starting a new podcast. I do have new information, but I'm going to wait and talk with my YouTube mentors, I call them, and see how I should go about it because I don't know how to go about it. So you guys, let's talk about what he's doing now. I don't like it. And let's talk about what's on his website. Let's go to it. So today, this is what Derrick Jaxn posted. And this has nothing for me. And I'm going to get off of here now. You guys saw me. And I'm wishing you well this Sunday. Let's share this screen. What he's doing here is kind of like, you weren't doing it before. Now you laying it on thick, as we say. So this is what Derrick Jaxn posted on his Instagram story. So this is beautiful. His wife is beautiful. I love Danae Jackson. Beautiful woman. I peeped in on his I'm sorry guys, I forgot the name of it. I'll go back to it. But basically, he was in the chat room talking about how she wasn't perfect, he wasn't perfect, and blah, blah, blah. But the point is, we're focusing on you. Clubhouse. I was in Clubhouse listening, and it got tiring. So now, this is how he has his wife with the drooly lips and the kisses and all that. We didn't know who she was. And before he was not even acknowledging her, acting single. I'm not really for that. Please let me know what y'all think. And it's like, we're just on the outside looking in. This is just my opinion. But now you're all drooly lips and stuff. And even let's go to about Derrick Jaxn right quick, if you shall. We do know they're starting this podcast, and I will be breaking more information down the week. Let me tell you, they are being so selective about who can get into this podcast Instagram page. At first, it started with 9 subscribers, then it went down to 5, then it went up to 7, and went down to 6. Like, I don't think no one's deleting that because they want the tea. You know what I mean? They want the tea, so they're not deleting their friendship or whatever you want to call on Instagram. I believe that Danae and Derrick is going through and seeing what kind of bloggers, what kind of people are in there before they do. Now, you guys, and I would love for someone out there in the universe that follows this story, because I wasn't a Derrick Jaxn fanatic. So, but to me, just me on the outside looking in. Now, let's look at this picture, shall we? If we go back to Tasha K, remember Tasha K did the expose with the mistress that got pregnant? Didn't she say that was my house with the awning? What is Danae standing in front of? Hit that like, y'all. Hit the like, please. Thank you. Thank you, Don. What is Danae standing in front of? Remember when Tasha K kept on saying, oh, when the mistress called and said, oh, you're the house with the white awning. This is proof, unless this is the mistress house, I doubt it, that Derrick Jaxn wasn't sitting outside of the mistress house, possibly. Now, when it gets down to that doctor, I believe the other 2 mistresses, but the doctor I'm a little shaky with. The doctor, you're a surgeon, you're a doctor, you don't have social media, you had no idea who he was, and you slept with him and got pregnant, but you weren't ready to have a baby, but you didn't get birth control. It's like, I mean, you're a doctor, you're a surgeon, you're in the medical profession, not blaming her or anything like that. Like, I just find that you're an adult and you did not go get any kind of form of birth control, and you're saying it's no signs that he was married, but he was abusive. Like, it was just too many things with that story with the surgeon, in my opinion. This is only my opinion. So let's go to Derrick Jaxn's website, and you guys tell me, and we're going to talk about Prophet Ed as well, because he cut up this Sunday. He had people bringing up their debit cards to the altar and all type of stuff. So we're going to have to talk about that. You guys know we talked about that oral sex demon. And if you're not following my girl Tiff Take, please do. She did a breakdown. She's in Jamaica. And you guys, she has a wonderful show. She just started amongst the food show. I missed it today because I wasn't there. But it's Tiff's Take, and she is Jamaican on there. Because if you put Tiff's Takes into YouTube, you can't find her. I'll put it in the description box after this. Let's look at Derrick Jaxn About Me page. And please hit the BB if you find this part suspicious. And I'm going to also get into some more posts from Danae Jaxn. So we're just going to talk about Derrick Jaxn about him. Please hit the like if you're here. Let's go. Okay, so let's go about Mr. Derrick Jaxn. Now, let's just read this really quick. I'm not going to, it's like blah, 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 about me, about me, about me. But it's the part that seemed like it was just added in last minute. And if you go to who he's about now he's instead of a self-love guru, he's about healing relationships, right? So it goes, Derrick Jaxn is the founder of Mentally Stimulate Me card game and author of 7 books, including his highly anticipated forthcoming title, Don't Forget Your Crown. Derrick began blogging in 2012 about his hard-learned lessons in love, shortly after breaking up with his college sweetheart. Let me repeat that. Shortly after breaking up with his college sweetheart, and has since turned his lessons into a viral movement over 5 million social media followers. that he has reaches daily with videos, posts, and live chats about dating and relationships. Over 800 million video views and counting gave way to conversations that Derrick noticed happening in his comment sections that needed to happen more often in the homes of those on the dating scene to prevent time wasted in relationships. All right. He decided to solve that problem by creating Mentally Stimulate Me card game in April of 2017, which would integrate touchy relationships, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's get down. Now remember we read he began blogging in 2012 about his hard-learned lessons in love shortly after breaking up with his college sweetheart. So I'm going to skip to the next paragraph. Despite his success as an entrepreneur, Derrick is mostly known for curating content online and advocacy for the importance of self-love as the antithesis, to the need of validation within a relationship. He often lends his massive influence to sensitive and sometimes controversial topics like narcissism, our culture, and the combating of stereotypes against single mothers, which has earned the trust of his listeners that they can count on him to speak on what's necessary instead of what's just popular. All right, y'all, we read all that. We read 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. We're going to get to the last paragraph. If you guys feel like this was ad-libbed as of March 2021, let me know. If it was in there before, let me know. Hit the BB if you think this was just added in. When Derrick isn't championing, that's the best I can say, y'all, championing healthy relationships and building his empire, he enjoys spending time with his former college sweetheart and the current wife, Danae, and their 2 children. Do you think that was just added in? Do y'all think that was just added in? I'm talking about, I'm going to scroll up a little bit. This last right here, I'm going to highlight it. Do you think that was just added in? Hello, Vibe with Habib. I think that was just added in, guys. I think that was just added in. So let's go into Derrick Jaxn's page. So they look like they're happy. Let me tell you about how Derrick Jaxn looks. She looks happier. She looks freer. And I think, and I'm not a relationship expert, I think it may be because she knows that he's caught. This is just for someone that's elderly like me. I'm gonna give her a little advice. It don't matter who knows that's your husband, who knows that's your man, who knows he has that many kids. It only matters what he does. It doesn't mean that the girls are gonna stop calling and things like that. It only matters what he does. Okay. Let's go into her. That's just my advice if she ever came across the page. Doesn't she look lovely here? So we see the awning. Now, the mistress had it said that this was her home with the awning before. I'm going to go to that video. So I think that sometimes when you get, as a male, I'm not a male, of course. I'm a cisgendered female. So I'm only can speak from that aspect. But from someone who has been like in relationships, I think sometimes once like someone like Derrick Jaxn get caught, I think a lot of people add on to it, like add it on. So I think that this is very significant that she is in front of the house with the awning. That the same one the mistress had everyone thinking possibly was her house. And also on Tasha K's video, the mistress said she was going to send video of him in the inside. We didn't see that. She was going to send all this different documentation of him in the parking lot. We didn't see that. It was, I'm just wondering if I'm missing something. You guys, please correct me. But I'm shaky about the doctor mistress. And it's not Tasha K's fault. I'm just shaky about that part. Okay, so look at Derrick Jaxn. She's singing, I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescue me so I can stand and say I'm a child of God. I'm a child of God. Yes, I'm a child of God. All right. So now Derrick Jaxn is drooling over that photo. I find it that he should have been doing that. But I'm not in a relationship. You know what I mean? That's not my husband. But I feel like if you were going to be sitting up there doing all this drooling and carrying on and now showing her to the world, what was the problem with doing that before? Now coming up with this podcast, Heal Together Without Hurting Each Other, I feel like you guys both need to heal first. You guys both need to heal first. You know, that's just my opinion. But you might need to make that money, right? Let's go on to see Derrick Jaxn in church. This was just another piece I feel like I'm not gonna do the full video today because I know it sounds silly, but it's Sunday, it's Easter Sunday. I'm just gonna give you a snippet and then we'll come back tomorrow and then we'll review what happened in the snippets that I saw of him in Prophet Ed's church and what kind of position, why isn't he telling us about Prophet Ed? I also want to bring up one more thing that was allegedly, and I'm a fan of Tasha K, so this is not shade. She brought up that he had a book deal for $100,000 on TD Jakes with TD Jakes, and I know that was going around. I noticed that Derrick Jaxn, let me see if I can go to it. Danae Jackson, Derrick Jaxn, nobody followed TD Jakes. Tony, Danae followed Sarah Jakes Roberts, but why wouldn't you, if you had a book deal with TD Jakes, wouldn't you follow him? You know what I mean? I definitely noticed that he wasn't following TD Jakes at all. And I found that interesting. So was it a book deal on the table? Or was that just, you know, I'm just wondering. So let's go to this. Let's go one more time. You see how he got the drooly? I'm just painting this Derrick Jaxn with the drooly face for his wife. Okay, let's go to Pastor Prophet Ed. So we know Prophet Ed is the notorious oral sex demon caster outer pastor. His church do things like cast out demons. And today I did watch the Sunday service, and it was a lot of women that came front asking Prophet Ed to please restore their marriage. Please restore their marriage. And I think that I just am so curious to know if this is you guys' church home. Like we said, Danae came out with the battle suit. She came out with her armor. You know, it's obvious outside looking in, like I said, the outside looking in, that this church may influence her a lot. I wanted to show you the groundbreaking because as of last month, they got money because they were at the hotel to hotel. And recently they, this church, I think this Sunday service was at the Sheraton because they travel. But this right here, let's go into it. Let's show a little bit. And thanks for being here. If you're here with me, hit the like. We're not going to be on here long. I just wanted to check in. Like I know that we got to watch the verses, y'all. So let's look at Derrick Jaxn and what role he may play in the church.
Come on, lift it up. I just want to praise you, Lord. I just want to praise.
So we see Derrick Jaxn in the blue t-shirt.
I love everything. Okay, we're about to.
So this is Prophet Ed Centronelli, and we're talking about Derrick Jaxn's church.
This is his place.
So he breaks the ground for past Prophet Ed.
For this to happen, you that have supported, you that have
hit the like if you're just joining me, please.
Sacrificial giving. Some of you stayed with nothing just so that you can support.
And I've been researching, and it looked like that you have to get to a certain level. Let me mute this while I'm talking. It looks like you have to get to a certain level to be pastor. And if you guys been following what I've been posting, I think we saw 4 services ago, they did call Derrick Jaxn Pastor Derrick at that point. So let me tell y'all, tomorrow or Tuesday I'll have the full breakdown. Easter service was lit. So many women coming up asking him to save their marriage, you know, and to take their demons out of their husband. And you know, it was really interesting to see that. I was like, okay, so I feel like if Derrick Jaxn, oh guys, I just wanted to fast forward here. So this is he's breaking ground for the new church. And when I tell y'all they just about bake a cake. And you guys, if you don't know and I'm new and you're new to me, I do believe in the Lord. I do believe in God. I do believe in all of that. There's Derrick Jaxn. He got to finish the work because he's kind of aggressive with it, right? Even when he gets down to when the people are doing the altar call and falling out in the spirit. You know what? Let me share my link. If you guys want to call in, you're welcome to. Let me share the link on here. We'll be on for about 10 more minutes. If you want to call in, feel free. What do you think about this? Like, he's definitely making sure we know who the love of his life is now. And they have said that he's getting closer to God, and this is his pastor, Pastor Ed. I hate to keep playing the oral sex demon every time I do a video, so I won't do that today. But yeah, just to look at him, making sure he's breaking ground for the church. He's traveling with the church. He's there when the people are saved and falling out. I'm saying saved when they're getting resurrected. You guys, I don't want to say the wrong word, but when they're getting the demons out, Derrick Jaxn is there to catch them. So I would love to know if they're doing this podcast, if they would have an interview with Prophet Ed, or explain to us, because if you were that vocal about John Gray and if you were that vocal about TD Jakes, why weren't we hearing about Prophet Ed? Or did I miss that, guys? Did you hear Derrick Jaxn say anything about Prophet Ed Centinelli before? I only heard him comment on John Gray or TD Jakes. So I'm really interested in that. And you guys, I put the link here. If you would like to call in, it's in the chat. You are welcome to call in if you had any comments. Right now, he's posting his woman. He making sure everybody know who his woman is. His woman looking fine. She's cute. He's like, this is my wife, and I'm all about healing relationships. Do I believe that? Do I believe that relationships can be saved? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I just think the shocker is that Derrick Jaxn did all of that. Now, you guys, they're about to bake an entire cake, and we ain't got time for that because they have to pull in. So we see Derrick Jaxn here with the. I'm gonna go over. We see Derrick Jaxn here with the blue. With the shovel. Now we see him more. Derrick Jaxn is there with the blue with the shovel. We see him more than Danae in the church. We really do. I've been researching. I cannot find more than a couple of videos of her. And like I said, you guys are welcome to call in if you want. The link is here in the StreamYard. I'll just put it up there. It's in the comment section. So they have to plant the seeds from the church here. So that's what they're doing. If you guys want to hear, let me hit the button just so we can hear. And we're not mocking them. I'm putting out what kind of church it is. Ministry. Church.
Connection to this oil through this door will be fruitful. Father, we curse every barrenness.
And I have to find one more point for you guys, and then we'll go.
Oh Lord, be a symbol of fruitfulness, oh God, in the lives of everyone, oh God, that enter these doors in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. We have placed the seed down in Jesus' mighty name.
You guys, Easter Sunday was lit. I can't wait to show you guys that. And I want to shout out to Tom London on YouTube. I feel like a lot of people use his video, but nobody gives him credit. And he has like 50 followers. But Tom London on YouTube, I'm going to make sure I shout you out. Don't know if it's a male or female. I just want to do that. So we put in the grapes. Then we put in the wine.
As you have anointed us.
I'm going to fast forward it because I know you guys have stuff to do. So got the wine in there over the grapes. We got the flour or the rice.
We call it done in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Even in Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Hallelujah. Pastor Chavez, come.
I'll show you guys a couple more
Father,
things.
in the mighty name of Jesus, let every person that comes in near proximity and places their feet on this land, may they taste of your goodness. May they experience your favor, your grace, your mercy, and your power. Let everyone that comes and partakes of this ministry experience divine favor, God.
You're welcome to call in.
Upon them in the name of Jesus. Let every person that connects to the grace mental in this ministry, let them experience your sweetness in Jesus' name.
Like I said, guys, we like, that's not a judgment. But if you're calling out TD Jakes, you're calling out you went here, you went there, but you're not saying where you are, and this was not revealed until the mistresses came out.
Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, I come before you, Lord. Pour this flour into this land.
So y'all, we ain't got to the flour. So we still baking.
Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, let this soil be anointed. Let this soil be rejuvenated. Let this soil.
Okay, let's switch it on over. So you guys, I just feel like, and I'm gonna show you one more thing where Derrick Jaxn was being prayed for. This is, what do you think? Like, is it like, if he does the podcast, it has to be more of a religious podcast, right? When you think it'd be more of a religious podcast. Nobody's telling him not to love on his wife, not to post his wife. We're just saying, where was the posting before? But I guess mistakes are made. So this is Derrick Jaxn now getting prayed for. This is by the guest prophet. And you guys, my link is here if you want to call in to say anything about. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to take a look at this right here. The basket is a shaking. That's Derrick Jaxn behind him. That's Derrick Jaxn in the white shirt. Why did he trip dude, though? Did he trip him? Oh, Thon is calling. Let's get it. I'm ready. What's up, Thon?
What up?
Thon, Lexi, you have to see this. You have to see this. I would love to know.
I'm watching. I see. I'm watching. Okay, what's happening?
What's up? Thanks for calling in.
No problem. Had to show some love.
I appreciate you. We talking about, and you guys check out Black Light Podcast with Thon Lexi. He's very different. You will love it. It's something different, something YouTube hasn't seen. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I just need your opinion. Like, with I don't know if you heard what I was saying, like Derrick Jaxn belonging to this. Did you ever see that oral sex demon video?
Yeah, I did. It was pretty disturbing.
So Derrick Jaxn being a part of this church, like to
Hmm.
see him do this, and I'm gonna let it play, but I'm gonna mute it to see because there's more things. You know what? I'm gonna play the part with him and his. No, I'm gonna keep playing this because he's running
Okay.
behind everybody. But it's kind of disturbing to see that he did not let this out, but he let about this prophet that he was a part of, this church, and they're calling him
Yeah.
Pastor Derrick. But he not only is writing books about women, I don't know how to, you say things more eloquently. I'm trying to say, like, how can you tell us things are false, but to us, this may look false? Am I, you, do you get what I'm
Um,
saying?
I'm not even gonna go too into into what I think about Christianity, just for the people who may be Christian on the broadcast. But what I'll say is that this guy definitely is. He's definitely fake. I mean, I'm not gonna criticize the church as a whole. I'm just gonna focus on him. Guys who, ministers and pastors like him have existed for years and years. Ministers who use gimmicks, but they often get found out or exposed eventually. And but these kind you can't expose because people believe it, and people are going on faith, or using their faith to trust these men, but it can be very deceiving. And I feel like Derrick Jaxn is using uh, people's appreciation for Christianity and their support of Christianity to muddy their opinions during this turbulent situation.
I agree. Because he was in Clubhouse, and I didn't know if we could record it or not, but he was in
Mhm.
Clubhouse basically telling us how, the Lord saved his marriage, and how he wasn't gonna save, but Danae wasn't perfect. I think it's a girl, a woman by the name of the plainest Jane. I saw her post some of the
Mhm.
Clubhouse thing. I like her
Yeah, I saw.
page.
Yeah, I saw that too. Me
Yeah,
too.
this right here, what he's doing, like Pastor Ed, the people in line right here that's falling out, they were the first group to have, they had to have $1,000 to touch that cloth
Yeah.
and fall out.
They
Derrick
had to have
Jackson,
$1,000. They had to have a thousand
yeah,
dollars.
yeah, we did a countdown Friday night on how much he had: $1,000 line, a $500 line, a $300 line, and then he got to whoever got whatever, sit in your seat. And this Easter was lit. I watched the whole thing for 3 hours. He was lit this Easter. But
Right.
Derrick Jackson behind them, catching the people, being called a pastor and not coming forward and saying, "Hey, I'm a part of this ministry." I just find it strange. And
Yeah.
I don't think we would have knew he was a part of this ministry if Danae wasn't so verbal on her social media and if he wasn't exposed.
Right. May I say something?
Please say everything, please.
Okay. um, I believe that this style of Christianity is a very extreme form of an evangelistic style of Christianity, more prominent in the Black community, for sure. This style can be the most toxic to vulnerable people, especially impoverished people, sick people, suffering people. The worst thing about ministries like this is that they don't want anything to do with people who are well and sound mind. They need people who are in very, very dark, turbulent places to engage with, because they're the only people vulnerable enough and in a position to where they can be manipulated in this way to believe such. So just like people touch a person touching a cloth and falling backwards. There's no way to prove that does anything for your life, or does anything for your situation, or actually does anything good for your life. It's just people do it. And we've seen this in church for the longest. You'll see children speaking in tongues,
Mm.
shouting in church, even though we all know on some level or another they don't understand what they're doing. They're watching and they're doing what they see adults do. So does that make it significant? I don't know.
Mm. You are so right. I told a story about how everybody was falling out at my church, and I look at him, look at this one, Don. Look at this, Don. Look, he
Oh
has
goodness.
supernatural. So
Oh
that's
goodness. Come on, man. It's just like it's like come on. It's like what significant what real significance is there to doing that? Like I mean, is just a gesture. It's very scary. The fact that in 2021 people are still vulnerable to these type of practices. Do you remember Benny Hinn?
Oh yes, we actually talked about Benny Hinn in the last live. He actually said Benny Hinn got cancer. He got terminal cancer, and it wasn't
Hmm.
healed. It wasn't going to be healed, and that's when he said he wasn't going to take money from people anymore. He said it
Hmm.
wasn't right. He didn't believe in praying for profit,
Hmm.
prophesizing off of prophecy and all that. So yeah,
Hmm.
this is what he's taking over. I think now
Yeah.
look at how the envelopes have to come up and before you're prayed for is, you know, like you said, it's made for I've been to a church like this, and when you're desperate, not to say these people are, but when you're holding on to some kind of hope and you have a cloth, yeah, I'm gonna fall out. I just gave you my last $1,000. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I'm getting something out of this. There's no way I'm going to go home and I don't, put on a show. And it's very disturbing to see, and it speaks to a much bigger issue. It speaks to the power of religious indoctrination. I've watched documentaries on Scientology, Mormonism, things that we from the on the outside looking in, even if you're a Black Christian, when you look at Mormon practices, you would call that extreme. But when they're born into that, and when they're born into it and they're indoctrinated with it young enough, they don't see it as the same extreme as you see it. And I believe that Christians suffer from a little bit of the same type of pathology, but that is no knock to Christians, especially not the ones who do good work. But usually the good work that Christians do, when they start to get descriptive about it, it's usually secular work.
Yeah, yeah. When look at, can we see Derrick running like this
Yeah.
back and forth? Like I
Yeah, absolute, just ludicrous.
I think that if people would have known he was doing this, he probably wouldn't have been as credible. I think TD Jakes
Right.
or would have been more credible than something like this. And like I said, we're not knocking or mocking God for sure. But it's people that's definitely walking up to him and saying, "This is all I have." And why aren't you guys revealing this? If this is your pastor, why not tell us? Tell the world.
Right, right. And to think that not maybe that there isn't one person there to where if there wasn't somebody who looked like they don't have it or it is their life, there's one person to say, maybe not this one, or just to be selective or to see what everybody's situation is. Nope, they're just taking the money because you need this so bad. And even though we have no way to necessarily demonstrate how this is going to benefit your life, we're gonna just do it or whatever. But I actually have to run, Blue. But I'm glad that you had me on the show. My family just show back up, but I gotta get the rest of my night going. But I just wanted to show you some love. I'm gonna be doing an episode on something similar like this tomorrow. So
Oh,
maybe
I
we can
can't
have you on the
wait.
show tomorrow. Yeah, maybe if you're
I
brave
can't
enough to call, you can call in tomorrow. Since I called into your show, you can call into mine.
I will, and you and your family have a wonderful evening. I can't wait.
Okay. Okay, we
Okay,
will. Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, you guys. So that was Thon Lexi calling in. So yeah, I was glad he gave that view on Christianity. Like we had Benita the other day and Butter and the experiences. Not to say that this is exactly what's going on with Christianity to in every church. It's just like you guys see this shirt, like y'all, what is the jacket doing? What is the jacket? What's on the jacket? It was nothing more than that man was hot. There was nothing more than he was hot. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? You know, what do you do when you have someone that believes in this? So, you guys, I did follow up with the Easter. Let's go back to what Derrick has been talking about today. His beautiful wife. His beautiful wife. And can I say she looks happier? She looks much happier than she did. You know what I mean? She looks much happier than she did. Hey, Rico, you too? Yeah, I believe so. And Rico, when I tell you this Sunday was lit with women that came up to Prophet Ed, I might could find one really quickly. because I wanted to do a serious breakdown, but I was following the DMX story. Prayers to him, like for sure. So they had Sunday service, and I'm gonna see if I can find it. And the young lady was so excited to go there because she needed her husband to stop stepping out on her. And it was a couple of them that just came up there. And I'm like, is this how this young lady found him? Like, he's going to pray for people, husbands, to stop cheating? You know what I mean? Not to say, look, hey, I can't say that won't happen. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm saying it sounds a little weird that all these women are only coming up for demons and to say that they need their husbands to stop stepping out on them. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. And I hope y'all having a wonderful evening. If you're in here, hit that like button. And what do you think about now Derrick Jaxn putting his bride up to make sure everybody know this is his woman, this is his lady? And I think I'm more concerned that he definitely needs to tell us this is the church. Let me see, guys. I might not, because I watched it earlier when it was live, and they might have. I'm going to try really fast. Hit that like button if you're here. And I know y'all at the verses, because that verses is lit. I mean, and she had to, at the end, she had to bring the envelope up to pray for her husband. I might have to, yeah, I might have to wait, y'all, because Sunday service, I have to go back to it. I'm going to try to see if I can send this.
Tell us your name.
This is one. Let me try to airdrop it, guys. Thanks for staying with me, because this is part of my expose tomorrow. Because I swear, guys, I think I was the first one to drop that that Derrick Jaxn was doing a podcast. But like I said, I'm going to talk to my YouTube mentors out there to figure out how do I protect that? You know what I mean? Because I have some more information I want to send out, but nobody's really going to give me credit, and I'm new to YouTube. So I would love to know, like, how do I do that? Let's see, guys. Let's see. Okay, I think I have one of them. Let's go to this. Okay, let's go. This is one sister I saw. This is one, just one of many. Okay, let's go. I'm going to play this for y'all. So this was Sunday service, and this was not bad. You have to go. Hey, Desi, Mom. She looks better than she did on that couch, though, right? Wait, ain't that? Okay, so we talked about that earlier, Rico. I never believed the doctor. Remember, the doctor was like, that's my arches in the back in his video. And I'll go to that actually. I feel like, okay, let me give my take, and you guys let me know. Let me know. I feel like that was just somebody random. I feel like somebody gave Tasha K the wrong information. Because when she said she had the arches, yes, that's my arches, that's my arches. The only reason I felt like that is, okay, A, you're pregnant you're a surgeon, you're in the medical profession, you have an office, and you claim you don't have social media. Yes, it's people that don't have social media, but you claim you don't know who Derrick Jaxn is and all that. That was a red flag for me. Not to say that couldn't be true. But the biggest red flag for me was that she said, after a couple of times, because I can't quote the month, so I'm ad-libbing. The couple of times she got pregnant. First of all, you're a grown woman, doctor. You know, you met this man, you guys already have unprotected sex. We're going to skip past that. Like you done met a man, you have unprotected sex. We're gonna skip past that part on what could happen. But you do know that if you weren't ready for kids, and that's what she did tell Tasha K repeatedly, if you weren't ready for kids, you know that you would do what? This photo here was specific to show that she's lying. Let me tell you, the Jacksons are gearing up. And you guys, I have in the chat, if you want to call in, I have in the chat the link. They are gearing up for this podcast. I'm hoping it's not a podcast because I really don't want to hear what Derrick had to say. I hope it's like more of a YouTube reality show / podcast. They're gearing up for this because yes, that's the awnings that the mistress said that this was her house. And then she also told Tasha K that she's gonna send pictures of him walking around in the house, but she had to blur it out. We never saw evidence of this. And like I said, I'm not blaming Tasha K, and I'm not blaming that she probably didn't talk to Derrick Jaxn, but I don't think everything is true. If you're, not to say you gotta be perfect if you're a doctor, but if you're a medical surgeon, you met somebody passing by in the airport or whatever, you start to have unprotected sex with him, and you know you're not ready for children. That just sounds very irresponsible and shady to me. That's all I'm saying. So I think this was proof that Derrick Jaxn was doing to show, nah, dog, he wasn't in front of a mistress house when he did those videos at all. Unless she gangster like that and was like, I'm going to this bitch house. Okay, let's share this. This is from Easter Sunday. Let's go back to Pastor Ed right quick, because I wanted to just show y'all this. I think this is what I have. I hope this is right. Hope y'all don't get no nudes or nothing over here and it traumatized you for the rest of your life. Let's see. Share screen. Chrome tab. Let's see. All right. This is what I'm getting together things from the show.
My name is Sherry. I'm from St. Louis. And St. Louis. Yes. And why did you come? I believe God is going to restore my marriage. I'm here for a new beginning, and I'm believing God for my husband's deliverance and the fruit of the womb. Yeah, we agree with you. Amen. Didn't we say today's resurrection Sunday? Yes. There will be a newness in your marriage. There will be a newness in your womb. Amen. Receive it. We agree with you. St. Louis. Yes. Amen. Why did you come? I believe God is going to restore my marriage. I'm here for a new beginning, and I'm believing God for my husband's deliverance and the fruit of the womb. Yeah, we agree with you. Amen. Didn't we say today's resurrection Sunday? Yes. There will be a newness in your marriage. There will be a newness in your womb. Amen. Receive it in the mighty name of Jesus. Let us all rise. Let us come.
I feel like it's so many women that come to this church specifically for deliverance of their husbands.
Because I am singing the realm of the spirit.
Sorry guys. Specifically for the deliverance of they're the senior version, Rico. AARP. But I just feel like that possibly a lot of people that he started this trend, and with Derrick Jaxn being there, I think that this is just my opinion, guys. I'm only stating my opinion. I feel like it's a lot of young women asking for the deliverance of their husbands, asking for the deliverance of people, for people to be faithful. And Prophet Ed, you guys, I'll do a breakdown tomorrow. He is definitely saying that he can make that deliverance happen. So, you guys, here we are. I just want to know what you think. Do you think that Derrick Jaxn drooling over his wife and then they're posting in front of the alleged mistress? Let me go to that. Let's go to that. What do you think about that? And if you want to call, let me go here. I want to show you all right. So this is, we see Derrick Jaxn. Let's pause right quick. Wait a minute though. Let's see. Is this the same? Let's look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look closely. Like, we try to do the receipts here. We try to do the receipts. Let's go to Derrick Jaxn page. Okay, do we see the arches here? We see the arches, right? Now, I don't know how to double down on the page. Let me see if I can. I don't think I know how to do it, guys. I'm sorry. So these are the arches behind his head that the mistress is saying um is let me see. Let's make it bigger. This is what the mistress is saying was her place where he did the video. If I'm correct, right, guys? They do look a little different. Is that just how it is down there in Atlanta? Y'all let me know. Let me know. Okay, so we see that. That's where she alleging that it was outside the house. Like, I was kind of shifty about it, but hey, I'm on the outside looking in. Wait a minute now. Let's go to Danae. No, I think this might be the same. This is the same, guys. Okay, so let's go over. So you guys got a good look at the arches behind Derrick's left shoulder. And that's what the mistress said. That's my house. That's my house on Tasha K. And that's what the blogs were picking up. Let's go to Danae making a statement, girl. I'm not mad at it. Okay, let's go to Danae and see what she's saying. Hit that like if you're in there, please. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. We got 10 people in here. If you wouldn't mind hitting a like. There we go. Checkmate. Y'all, Queen's Gambit. What do you think? Is that the same awning? I think it is. I think it is. So we just have to stay tuned. We have to really stay tuned and see how this is going to go. So, y'all, I just wanted to check in with you right quick, let you know that Derrick Jaxn is posting about his lovely wife. I will keep my ear to the streets, and we can see how far this goes. But, y'all, I will be doing a video on Prophet Ed. Please hit the like if you're in here. I will be doing a video on Prophet Ed. I wanted to just I was out all day, so it's going to take me a minute to compile it. And I'll do it mostly on the single women that not the single, I'm so sorry. The married women that are asking for they're coming to church alone, asking for their husband's deliverance. And what we think about that, right? What we think about that. And hey, I'm not mad at it, but it looked like that is the same on it. I'm going to share it one more time just for the people in the back. Let's take a look at Derrick Jaxn outside. And this is right there where the mistress said that was her on Tasha K. Right there. And then we got, and I got something special coming up, guys. So I'll get better as we go. And we got Danae right in front of that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. I will say she looks much more happier. She looks a little more free. And I'm glad to see it. So let's see. And then if they were at Sunday service, don't worry. If it was recorded, Blue Burgundy will find it. Burgundy Blue. That's what people call me, Blue Burgundy. But Burgundy Blue will find it. I will find it. So you guys, I think that maybe the mistress, this was a checkmate. Like maybe she wasn't being truthful with Tasha K. We don't know. We'll stand by to see. I'm going to watch that interview one more time, but I didn't really believe that mistress. Not like I didn't believe the other two are okay, whatever. But this one, like, I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon. He was abusive. He came to my job, like, and I don't have social media, had no idea who he was. And then I got pregnant and he made me, it was just too much for me. That was a little too much for me, but not to say you're not supposed to believe women, but that was a little too much for me. All right, y'all. You have a wonderful night. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm chasing the DMX story because I hope I'm praying that he pulls through. Oh my goodness. And then I'll be doing a composition on what's going on with Derrick Jaxn. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.